we're going to move on to our traditional last segment of the podcast, which is Would You Rather?
Would I rather what?
Yeah, would you rather what? I have my list of 100 questions. I'm going to ask KB to pick a random number from 1 to 100, and then we're just going to discuss the Would You Rather question that ensues. So, KB, can you give me a number between 1 and 100, please?
66.
0800 00 1066. Would you rather spend the next year exempt from all taxes or have a 1-month paid holiday?
Oh. Well, I mean,
we kind of are on a several month paid holiday anyway. Well, I certainly am, being that I'm on furloughs from April anyway. So
I just feel like 1 month isn't gonna. See, I feel like a lot of
next
times.
year exempt from all taxes, though. That sounds.
Let's put it this way: if I go on 1 month paid holiday, no doubt my mum's gonna call me up and say, "Oh, good, you can paint my bench for me." Then I'm gonna be like, "Fuck off, mum! I have a paid holiday for a reason. Leave me alone during this month. No dishes, no cleaning bedrooms or whatever. I'm done with that shit." No, but in all seriousness, I feel like there would be distractions here and there, but going tax free for an entire year, that's gotta be a few thousand, like 3,000 or 4,000 if you're within the 20k wage gap, wage bracket, I should say. So that kind of money, what can you get with that? Well, dogs are pretty expensive these days. I also found the price of Marley, by the way. My mum paid $2,000 for him. I was like, what?
Oh, wow. Really?
He's not actually, a correction from last time. He's not a Labrador. He's not a golden doodle. He's a Cavadoodle. You know, King Charles Cavalier mixed with a poodle. So he's
Cavadoodle.
Yeah,
Nice.
And I saw him on Monday, and he's not as wild as you'd expect him to be, but he still likes to play, and bloody hell, he likes to bite. He likes to nibble, and if there's anything I hate worse than licking, it's biting dogs. Can't stand them.
Fair dude. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather spend next year exempt from all taxes.
So
because let's face it, I'm on a multiple month paid vacation at the moment, being on furlough.
Yeah. So if you didn't have furlough, what would you choose?
Next year exempt from all taxes. I mean, the phrasing in this question is important, because if I'm exempt from all taxes next year, am I not allowed to take any holiday?
Well,
No.
I don't think it implies that.
No,
I think it just means you don't get 1 month paid holiday.
1 month paid vacation. I mean, I guess if you could choose, like, if it's a 1 month paid vacation, if you go on, if they send you to America or something, like have an American road trip, or go to Japan or something, and you have 1 month paid time in Japan.
Not just that though, but it said exempt from all tax, so that doesn't just include income tax. That can be sugar tax, any tax on alcohol, anything.
Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah, like, so no tax on food items either.
And you got to hope that
VAT.
And you got to hope that one of your family members dies, so you can avoid that inheritance tax. You know.
Wow. Okay, I'd rather spend next year exempt from tax. Moving on. Right, pick another number then.
All right, 99.
Oh, 99. Okay. Would you rather? Oh, this might be a bit too close to the nose. Would you rather spend a year as a cop or a teacher in an inner city neighborhood?
Depends what depends what I'm teaching and where I'm teaching. Like, am I teaching year 7s, year 6s, primary school, secondary school? I think I would probably prefer to teach like older people, like year 11s, college or something like that. So I would eliminate it to just that. As for being a cop, actually, no. I don't really want to be the confrontational type, so I pick teacher.
I'm absolutely with you. I think that's an easy decision for me.
Mm.
I think if you're a teacher, you know, you don't have to be. You can be a great teacher, and you can be loved by your students. You know, and you're also you're seen out and about, and there's no castigation of your type of work.
Hmm.
Whereas if you're a cop, like you say, you got to be confrontational. You got to arrest people you might not want to arrest. You've got to break up domestic disturbances. It's a hard life. It really is.
Mm.
It seems.
Definitely. Yeah.
And you've also obviously got to face the prospect of, you know, how people view cops in COVID world.
Yeah. Like just the ACAB th-
Hmm.
extension people put on their Twitter name
Yeah,
now.
all that stuff. You don't see a cat
No.
unless you're out and about and you see an actual cat.
Yeah. I just.
No, come on, you got to give me that. That is one of the best puns I've ever come up with.
Okay. If that is one of your best puns, then
You'd hate to
I
think what the
worry about
future
you.
holds. Oh dear.
No, but
That's definitely an easy answer for me. Teacher, you can be like a cool teacher. You could be like, I had one of my teachers in high school. I brought my guitar in for practice, and he just goes, "Oh, can I have a go?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he played House of the Rising Sun on it and sang it. He was just a PE teacher who took our form class one day.
I
It was
remember
awesome.
my PE teacher was he'd lived in Canada for a lot of years, and he came back with a bit of a twang to his voice, so it just sounded weird. But he would not understand rugby very well, so whenever we were doing rugby training and there was a maul,
Oh, that's
he would
blasphemy in Wales, isn't it? Not
what?
knowing rugby.
Well, he knew rugby, but he just did not know the rule of mauling. If a ball doesn't go anywhere, then yeah, blow the whistle. But as soon as a maul formed, he would go, right, blow the whistle, advantage to the other team, we got a maul. I'm like, that's not how you play it.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works at all. You either drive the ball forward, or if there's a stalemate, you break up the play, or you wait for it to go to the ground for a ruck. And then if the player holds on, then by all means it goes to the other team because you can't hold on to the ball in a ruck. But there you go. That's my nostalgia bashing.
So if you were a teacher for a year, then you would make sure that all your students properly understood this. Well, actually, that's the point. If you were a teacher, what would you teach?
Ooh,
What would
good
be your subject?
question. It would be a mix between history. I wouldn't want to teach IT because I feel like a lot of kids would be dumbasses with that kind of stuff, and I wonder how my IT teacher put up with me. Maybe maths. I guess I'm a bit more the logical kind, or English. I think history I'd go down the route of.
Or not music?
No, because I remember them teaching us how to use beanbags in music in our school, and I just
Bean bags.
yeah, it was like, ooh, we're gonna teach rhythms today. It's ta 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 ta. I'm like, I'm not gonna play fucking Beethoven with this shit.
And now we're going to introduce our most badass new band member. He's playing the beanbags.
Yeah. Can you just imagine, like, all aboard! Tate. 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 Tate.
Playing the beanbags, excellent.
Yeah. Or the recorder.
I always regret not pursuing music earlier in school.
I just...
Because now music is pretty much my biggest passion in the world. I've always, even as much as I like football, I'm useless at sports, so I wouldn't be a PE teacher.
I feel like I wouldn't have pursued music anyway because I feel like I'm one of those people who feel like it would be a waste of time for me personally to learn music in uni unless it's like, sound tech or something technical that can land a load of jobs. But like music theory, don't, unless you like want to be a reviewer or something like that, I feel like it's something you don't necessarily need a degree for. It's like I feel like it's like art or something along those lines. But that's personally for me. That's not me saying that it should not be a university degree. it's basically me saying I would rather do a degree that gets me down a good road, or has a job guaranteed out of it. Like I started with computer science, then went into
So
media tech.
you're thinking of pre becoming a teacher.
What do you mean? Sorry.
So I was just asking what sort of subject you would teach, but you were going along the lines of, well, I need to get this degree and do this and that, you know.
Mm. Yeah, like I think
Whereas if we I don't know, if we loop it back to the original question, if you're a teacher for a year,
Mhm.
so like you've already got a degree in whatever you wanted,
Mhm.
you know, and you could teach that subject for a year.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
I guess it's weird. You know what? I would go for maths, right?
Yeah.
Because I absolutely hate maths,
Mm.
and I
You want
want
people to share in your misery.
yeah, I want people to share no, no. To be fair, I want to actually make the kids that I'm teaching enjoy maths way more than I ever enjoyed it at school.
Okay, I like that
I'd be like
idea.
a fun maths teacher.
Just because I was miserable doesn't mean you need to be miserable as well.
Exactly. You know, I wanna sort of I don't want to be as harsh as some of the maths teachers that I've had. Well, the best story I ever had from maths class, to be fair. We are gonna wrap this up soon, so I'm not gonna take too long. But none of us did our homework at one point, and most of them didn't know that they actually were issued homework, but I actually did. So I genuinely forgot to do my homework.
Okay.
And the teacher lined up all the books in like a table on the table in front of him and was like, right, you open up your books to where, you know, your latest page. If you haven't done homework, you get detention, right? So he's just going through each one of them individually, going, right, detention, 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 coming up to me. And I'm crapping myself, obviously, because I was always the goody two shoes at school. I never wanted to be in trouble at all.
Mm.
And he was aware of this. You know, he was aware that I was the only good student in this class of absolute delinquents. And he just basically just quickly scanned my page with nothing in it and just goes, "Well done, Rob. Detention, detention, detention." So I properly got away with it.
Nice. See, when you're a teacher in a school, you're allowed to get away with favoritism. It's only in uni where you're not allowed to.
And you're certainly not allowed to get away with favoritism if you're a cop. So
Yeah. So favoritism all the way. If you're a
yeah,
teacher,
I think that's what we've learned from that is that
yeah, just
you can get away with being favoritism with having your favorites as a teacher, but not as a cop.
yeah. As for me in school, I think I was just like the average student. Like, generally, I wouldn't get into a lot of trouble. Like, I wasn't one of those kids that would be on report or like be caught fighting or anything like that. Although I have been
smoking behind the bike shed.
yeah, like I have been in a situation where there was a bit of a little scuffle between me and someone else, like probably in like year 8 or something like that, and I, you know, because the guy said go blow your mum, I said something back to him, and then a whole crowd gathered around us, waiting for us to fight, and I was just like,
oh no,
I can't be asked. You throw the first punch. No, you. No, you. No, you. But we never really got like told off of that. The teachers didn't even know. And then after that, I think I got in trouble. Oh, I almost got dropped from an IT GCSE course because I did send a hate message to Pruane2 Forever on YouTube, and the IT system picked it up because I said a naughty word, and then he printed it out, showed it to me, and it was me and a friend that did the same thing. He said, "Oh no, I'm not so concerned about what you said, Kieran, but your friend over there wrote even worse stuff." Because I think my friend wrote like death threats or something to him.
oh my god!
But I just said you ugly wanky bastard or something like that, and yeah, not the best days for me. If Pruane, if you're out there and you're watching this, I totally apologize. I was a snot-nosed kid, and I probably was ugly back then. I mean, I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 23, so sorry.
And on that note, we're going to wrap up this podcast.
Yeah.